Chapter 9. Consequences and Reconciliation. The atmosphere in the hallway crackled with tension as Jake's fist connected with Alex's jaw, the force of the blow echoing through the corridor. Emily and Jessica watched in horror as the altercation unfolded before them, their hearts pounding with fear and disbelief. In a split second, Emily found herself in the line of fire, accidentally caught in the crossfire as Jake's swing went awry. Pain blossomed across her cheek as she staggered back, her hand flying to her face in shock. "Emily!" Jessica cried out, rushing to her friend's side as chaos erupted around them. Students clamored to get a glimpse of the fight, their voices a cacophony of excitement and alarm. Principal Miller's voice boomed over the intercom, calling for order as he rushed to the scene. Teachers and security personnel quickly intervened, pulling Jake and Alex apart before the situation could escalate further. As Emily and Jessica were ushered away from the fray, their heads spinning with confusion and disbelief, they couldn't shake the feeling of dread that settled in the pit of their stomachs. They knew that this altercation would have far-reaching consequences, not just for Jake and Alex, but for everyone involved. In the principal's office, tensions ran high as Jake's and Alex's parents faced off, their voices raised in anger and frustration. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, Jake's parents, exchanged heated words with Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez, Alex's parents, each fiercely defending their child's honor. "I can't believe your son provoked mine to the point of violence," Mr. Thompson seethed, his face flushed with anger. Mrs. Rodriguez bristled at the accusation, her eyes flashing with indignation. "And I can't believe your son resorted to physical violence instead of handling the situation like a mature adult." Principal Miller intervened, his voice firm as he urged the parents to find a resolution. Reluctantly, they agreed to put aside their differences for the sake of their children. In a tense but ultimately cathartic exchange, both sets of parents apologized to each other, acknowledging the role they played in the escalating conflict. With tears in their eyes, they turned to Jake and Alex, urging them to follow suit. Jake and Alex exchanged hesitant glances, their pride warring with their desire for reconciliation. But as they looked into each other's eyes, they saw the pain and regret reflected back at them, and they knew that it was time to put aside their differences. In a quiet moment of vulnerability, Jake and Alex apologized to each other, their words heavy with remorse. It was a small step towards healing the wounds that had torn their friendship apart, but it was a step nonetheless. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Jake, Alex, and Lily found themselves suspended from school for a week as punishment for their roles in the altercation and the broader turmoil caused by their vandalism and false rumors. As they faced the consequences of their actions together, they knew that they would emerge stronger on the other side, and amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they found hope in the possibility of redemption and reconciliation. The morning sun cast a warm glow over Willow Creek High as Emily and Jessica made their way through the bustling courtyard. The weight of their recent experiences hung heavy in the air, but today marked the end of their suspension, and they were determined to confront the challenges ahead. Approaching Jake, Emily's footsteps faltered as she met his troubled gaze. "Jake, can we talk?" Jake nodded, his expression guarded, as he followed Emily to a quiet corner of the courtyard. Emily took a moment to gather her thoughts before speaking. "Jake, what happened?" "It was scary," Emily began, her voice trembling with emotion. "But the suspension is over now, and we need to move forward. We're friends, Jake. We're supposed to support each other, not hurt each other." Jake's shoulders sagged as he listened to Emily's words, his guilt weighing heavily on him. "I'm sorry, Emily," he whispered, his voice thick with regret. I didn't mean for things to get out of hand. I just, I lost control. Emily reached out, placing a comforting hand on Jake's arm. I understand, Jake, but we have to learn from this. We have to do better. Next, Jessica approached Lily, her heart pounding with apprehension. Lily glanced up, her eyes brimming with uncertainty as Jessica took a seat beside her. Lily, can we talk? Jessica asked, her voice gentle yet firm. Lily nodded, her defenses crumbling as Jessica's sincerity washed over her. I'm sorry, Jessica, Lily murmured, her voice laced with remorse. I know I messed up. I let my jealousy get the best of me, and I hurt you and Emily in the process. Jessica reached out, clasping Lily's hand in hers. We've all made mistakes, Lily, but what's important is that we learn from them and grow together. Lastly, Emily approached Alex, her heart heavy with sorrow. Alex met her gaze, his eyes clouded with shame as Emily took a seat beside him. Alex, we need to talk, Emily began, her voice steady yet gentle. Alex nodded, his voice barely above a whisper as he spoke. I'm sorry, Emily, he confessed, his words tinged with regret. I know I messed up. I let my fear and insecurity drive me to do things I'm not proud of. Emily reached out, squeezing Alex's hand in a gesture of understanding. We're all learning, Alex, and we're going to get through this together. As Emily, Jessica, Jake, Lily, and Alex talked and listened, their hearts slowly began to heal. They had faced their mistakes head-on, but more importantly, they had found forgiveness and understanding in each other's embrace. And as they looked to the future, they knew that their friendship would only grow stronger from the trials they had faced together.